It's going to be between fireb0rn, who is the official world time of 33:24, I think, probably, and Ax with the time of, I don't know what his best recorded time is, but he does have an unrecorded time that he claims to be a 33:22, which would be world record. So we do have official versus unofficial world record holder here. We also have like a little fireb0rn peeking up on Fire's screen, and his timer is the smallest thing you've ever seen. So a fun little start. I am Palm. I was commentating last race as well, and I am here with Insomnia, who generously woke up at some ungodly time to commentate with me.
6:31. Bright and early.
6:31? You had to specify?
Yeah.
Not
the 1 minute makes all the difference.
Okay.
And I'm assuming Ax won't have the stream open, considering there's the fireb0rn on fireb0rn's side.
That's a real strategy. Ax hates fireb0rn enough that he can't possibly open Fire's stream to check how he's doing. We are, to address the elephant in the room, we are trying to work on the timer issue. The issue being that Fire's timer is smaller than anything on the screen. It does turn green, actually. Oh, you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. Okay. Just get a really big monitor and go full screen. It'll be fine. So yeah, these are the two runners that I would kind of expect to be the top two. I think a lot of us, as Amathri was saying minutes ago, I would not be surprised to see these two in grand finals. This is, of course, winner semis. They're meeting maybe a little bit earlier than expected because of Ax's original seeding when we started this tournament. Fire already failing the first Mantis Pogo. Oh no. That's not a Mantis. That's a Vengefly. I know what I'm talking about, I promise. So we'll see about a 51, 52, hopefully coming out of these runners. I know Ax resets at pretty much anything that's not a 52. I think Fire is almost the same at this point. We'll see how they do. Ax with that really low time, and fireb0rn's going to lose a couple seconds to that Mantis Pogo at the beginning. So 51 from Ax, 55 unfortunately from fireb0rn. How do you think this race will go, Insomnia?
I predicted fireb0rn to win, but really they're sort of close enough runners that it could go either way. I mean, their PBs are unofficially 2 seconds apart. So.
Alright, we have Fire's screen changed a little bit. We're trying over here, we're trying. Yeah, I actually, we were talking right before the race, I actually changed my vote from Ax to Fire, like, minutes before we started this. And of course I'm regretting it with Fire's 55 King's Pass. It's basically all over at this point.
Yeah.
Fire going
just
for middle fall.
From there.
They're both going to get hit once in the fall. A little bit of bad RNG, but the nice thing about a race is the RNG isn't what's annoying, it's kind of a difference. You want to see them get like the same number of spits for Balder, the same difficulty of Watcher Knight's patterns, things like that. But it doesn't necessarily need to be optimal. They're both going for Ax's quick double. Ax will actually get it. He'll get the double spike kill. Alright, we do actually see the timer now. It's not going to be in the box, but that's alright. We can see it. That's good.
It's something.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So a small lead for Ax coming through here. A lot of times when Spirit or Crossroads or whatever you want to call this split, we talk about how the time doesn't really matter, but that's generally with either runners with higher times or with a bigger difference in runners where these seconds don't matter. For these two, these seconds could very much matter. Ax actually missing the statue pogos, so giving Fire back a little bit of his time. About a 2-second lead for Ax still.
Yeah, they're sort of close enough that these little differences that otherwise normally wouldn't matter are probably what's going to decide the race.
Yeah, and we of course, no one's beyond dying to Umu, dying to Watcher Knights. Like, that's always a possibility, but it's just very unlikely with these two. Ax actually missing the trigger, or sorry, Fire on the left side of the screen, missing the trigger for False Knight. Another thing you'll notice is Ax has kind of normal to slow load times. Fire has some godlike computer, so his load times are basically non-existent, so we will see Fire creep pretty far ahead in terms of real time. Geo's looking alright for both of them. Yeah, 22 for Fire, 20 for Axe. They're definitely where they want to be here. We'll see the actual VS times, and then we'll see Green Path. With Green Path, any missed Fireball skip, or even a lot of Balder spits, or a bad Hornet fight can really make a difference in time. So those will be things to look out for in particular.
Bueno, ni mera.
327 from Fire, 323 from Axe, so about a 4-second difference at Vengeful Spirit here.
It's basically all over.
It's incredible to me. See, normally this grub U that's on Fireborn screen would not matter at all, because we would crop the top of the screen out, aka everything but the timer, and then we'd show the timer in this bottom right box. But amazingly, the one time that we couldn't manage to crop it correctly is the time that Fire just had a grub eating.
It's just a psychological warfare.
Fire misses that pogo. I don't know, pretty clean from both runners. Fire, a little bit of mistake in King fast, but other than that, it's been just small things like a missed statue pogo, missed double spike for Axe and Fire respectively. Oh, the spit count. Okay, we're at 3 for Fire. We'll see how Axe does here. Axe gets first spit, so that's... Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. You're the one that woke up early and I'm yawning. Axe is going to gain about 3 seconds. It's about 1.5 seconds per spit, about, kind of an estimate, on Fire here. So already creeping up to something like a 5-second lead.
Yeah, it all adds up, but stuff like Umu and that, there's big potential for change. Or even just watch an iPad.
Yeah, I could definitely see if someone gets kind of a bad first watch night pattern, them playing the fight safely, and with the other player potentially, you know, these guys can definitely get sub 1 minute watch night times. That could actually make a pretty big difference. The same amount of Geo. Fireborn hits the first skip. We'll see how Axe does. Hits it as well. A little tighter there. He turned around for a little long. Worked out. They're just going to be gathering someone. Go ahead.
Sorry. You'd sort of be expecting them to be getting all the fireball skips at this sort of level. It's more about just effective soul management, really.
And how they choose to get soul. You'll see Fire coming into this room with only 8 soul out of a possible 9, whereas Axe will have enough to get completely full soul going into the second fireball skip. Nice calming green path music. It's nice, dude. It's like the last part of the run where you don't have dash.
Yeah, so you're just walking through, taking a scenic stroll.
Fire 3 for 3 on the fireball skips. 3 HP, a little bit of concern, but not really. Axe will hit 3 for 3 as well, so a perfect 6 for 6 between the two runners. And again, kind of different soul management. They'll get a lot more hits in this room. That's not necessarily a newer route, but a little bit faster than getting hits in the previous room. You just have to pogo over enemies in the previous room, which is a little bit hard. Fireball not going to go for the... Oh, that's a cool pogo from Axe. Fireball not going to go for the double on the Moss Knight. We'll see if Axe does. No. A little bit different, but no double. VFK, Vengefly King, VK, whatever you want to call it, kind of the new geo routing, definitely. Something that actually has a little bit of trouble with sometimes, the third fireball that you shoot, the one that should kill him, can occasionally just go through him. He can just iframe through it, so we'll see here. He misses the first nail hit. A really cool recovery from Axe there. He needed to hit that first nail hit to get optimal, so you'll see VFK, or VK, a little bit further right than you'd expect, but the fact that he recovered that is actually really impressive. That second fireball is super hard to hit if you miss the nail. Entering Hornet Arena at 725 for Fire. Good first attack. That first attack's the one that matters the most, because you can kind of just stun her out of the rest of everything. Maybe a double, too. Super clean. That was a sick fight.
Oh,
4x, a 748, 749 cloak. That's pretty sick.
yeah, that's pretty good for a race, especially with all the RNG.
Yep, and Axe going to be even lower than that. He'll get a low 7.4x here. Also a really clean Hornet. The arena really fast. Axe in a race with a lower Mothwing cloak time than I could ever get. With a 7.43, I think. So about a 6-second lead for Axe. It's been just cleaner movement. He also did have that kind of extra 3 seconds on the Balder Spitz.
Yeah, so really considering that, he's doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm. It's like a 3-second difference from their movement, from their mistakes, and then the Balder, something they can't control. Fire actually missing the pogo there. I think he side slashed. What you will see, actually, because of how optimized these two runners have their games, probably the two most optimized runners, you'll actually see really similar movement through basically all of these areas because they know the exact fastest route through each room. Like, they'll both go through that little statue pogo that you probably don't see too often. So we'll see how they do with Explosion Pogo, Mantis Pogo. Again, these tricks, something we don't expect them to fail, especially Explosion Pogo. A little less RNG in that one. So I'd expect to see both runners get through it. But Mantis Pogo kind of can screw with you a little bit. Also, something that I'm just now noticing, the Geo is a big concern for Axe. 198 is super low here. I don't think he wants to go for rocks, but if he doesn't go for rocks and gets unlucky, he could be screwed. So this 6-second lead, Fire might actually be preferred at this point, because he is 20 Geo up, and it is in a big way. Like, that 20 Geo means he will not have to farm before Shaman Stone. Fire, by the way, actually getting his sick Explosion Pogo. He was mentioning in stream the other day he never gets that in races, but he always gets it in PBs. So he actually got it, which is pretty sick to see. Horribly risky, never go for it, but... Alright, Mantis Pogo, and how much Geo does Axe get here? 6? Yeah, so that's a huge issue. Axe knew that he needed a little bit more Geo, and instead of just farming it later, he tried to grab it and then get back to his Mantis Pogo, but it actually messed up the setup for his two Mantises. So he lost a lot of time there. Definitely a mistake. He definitely should have just gone for the Mantis Pogo and then probably killed Jenny later on. He had enough Geo to do so.
Yeah, if you need 7 Geo, the best bet would probably be, what, the Aspid and the Leaping Husk?
Yeah, he was at 198, so he needed 8, I believe, and he got 6. So he only needed 2, so he was fine to just kill Jenny. I don't know how quick he did the math. Math to you. Another thing in that kind of situation that you can do is kind of prepare for it. So you can think, alright, what Geo count do I need to see to not go back for this? Just kind of do the math ahead of time.
Yeah.
But in the moment, it's a lot easier for me to say, oh, he shouldn't have gone back for this, than the guy who's actually racing. Axe, what was that room? What was that? Oh no, Axe is choking. Oh jeez, he's feeling it. I think he knows he lost time on that Mantis Pogo, and he knows it's a tight race. He knows he's the official world record holder. So that little mistake on Mantis Pogo has kind of led into a lot of probably mental mistakes that have messed up these last few rooms. Fire with a really good Gross Mother, by the way.
Come on, internet.
Yeah, Insomnia having a little bit of problem with the stream here. No big problem. No big deal, I should say. Fire with an okay cleanup.
Thanks, Australia.
So Axe will actually have to kill Jenny anyway, so even more of a reason he should have just gone after Mantis Pogo. He needed it for the soul. Fire's going to be buying Shaman, getting out of Salubra's hut probably like 11:05. We'll see the exact time. Axe also with a good Grosmother pattern. The cleanup pattern a little more important. So 11:06, getting out of the hut. We'll see how Axe does.
We should be good now. I've got the commentary stream open on a laptop, which
Okay.
is hot-spotted, and then I'm commentating on the desktop.
Incredible. The devotion here.
Didn't get up at 6:31 for nothing.
So this purchase... Yeah, Axe only a couple seconds behind. He did have that 6-second lead, but his kind of flub with Mantis Pogo will give that lead right back, so it's just about even now. Fire got pretty good RNG on his husks though for the intentional damage tank for Shade Skip. I can remember names. Ax also getting good RNG there. So it'll be about even. Fire with a 10 geo lead. Doesn't really mean too much if we're being honest, unless Fire can find kind of cool new routing to make that 10 geo count. Nice to see though. Both good times at a Shaman. Not perfect for either of them. My guess is both of them aren't even happy with it. But for a race, really cool to see really fast times coming out from these guys, and a really close race too, within a couple seconds of each other.
Going into Blue Lake, there's about 3 seconds to fire, so it's still really close.
What do you bet someone's gonna mess up between platforms? I think if anyone, it's Ax, because I think Ax, especially at the start of this split, kind of felt it. Like, he messed up a couple rooms, just kind of, he's like, again, probably mentally thinking about Mantis Pogo still, but it looks like it's out of his head now.
Yeah, and this is kind of a pretty relaxed section, so hopefully he can use it to regain composure, and he should be fine for the rest of it.
Yeah, definitely in comparison to City, as you said, this is nothing compared to Watcher Nights, so...
Yeah, it's sort of like the calm before the storm, before Watcher Nights, which is a pretty hairy split for most people. At least try and do fast. Which they'll undoubtedly be trying to do.
Yeah, they need to. So Ax, only a couple seconds behind, actually just entering the Dream Sequence as Fire is exiting it just because of real time. I'll see if we can get these times synced up here. I think I'm able to do it, but... Oh, I don't have things open. Oh no, I'm not prepared. Ah! Sync. Oh, there's a button. Where's sync? Dude, I don't know how to do this.
I'll have a look and see if my terrible internet can do it.
There's a little button for syncing the streams. I'm gonna put 30 on Fire and see what happens. This can only go well. Oh, thank you. SpeedGaming actually knows what they're doing and will do it instead of me, who's fiddling around with this stuff. So yeah, we'll probably need a couple syncs throughout there, just because of how fast Fire's loads are. Fire doing a fireball to kill only like half of the enemies on the floor kind of sucks. What are you gonna do?
Pawns for him, mate.
So we should see any second now. Fire will... Yep. Good accidental timing on my part. Fire will just stop midair here and wait till both the timers are somewhere around 14:30. Just get a little closer so we can get an idea. Again, without loads, because doing this with loads would be kind of unfair to the faster computers. Unfortunately, we are using Fire's audio, so we get to talk over each other now.
Just get the soothing sound of Pawn's voice for 30 seconds.
Alright, so about 10 seconds apart now, we'll start it back up. Fire with a big geo lead now. It turned from 10 geo to 30 geo, because Fire actually killed 2 of the guys in the bottom. That's about the only difference that these 2 runners took in terms of routing. Ax might save a little bit of time here. We'll see the gorgeous husk kill. Fire didn't get a double there, unfortunate. Well, that was a weird transition. Look at that.
What?
We're on Ax's side now. Oh, look, they changed the audio so that they resync. Dude, SpeedGaming's smart. SpeedGaming knows what's up. I do not. Okay, so an exit at 15:07 from Fire, 15:07 from Ax. So now we can see how close we are. And the answer is within the same second. Ax will have to waste a little bit of time in this upcoming room to get Geo. Really cool to see both of them going into Watcher Nights with basically the same time here.
Yeah, they went through that transition super close.
Mm-hmm.
And
Fire
Ax
getting
is
Geo
going up
here.
the Geo now.
Yep. Fire was a little bit of a mess up in the previous room, and he needed to get Geo in that room, so Ax doesn't even really feel the time loss from getting that Geo. Oh, Fire messing up his pogos here. It shouldn't matter for this dark room. Yeah. They're both stuck in the dark room. They both got lost in there.
A little bit of a mistake from Fire there, but recovers nicely.
Yeah, I'm just like you're saying, these only small time losses for Fire here, but I'm kind of scared on what it's going to do to Watcher Knights because he's made a lot of really small mistakes. Also, not fireballing the ceiling there, which kind of surprising. So I don't know if he's kind of feeling it mentally. He's not going to go for a Dream Nail at least because he didn't need it. Ax also not needing it, and we'll see some pretty cool strats with these first damage in Watcher Knights. Fire getting significantly better patterns. Well, I say that and now he bounces, so. About even, killed it almost the same time. A couple of seconds ahead, that's it. Fire a couple of Geo ahead. Really cool race to see. Ax will heal to full. Instead of watching for deaths here, we're almost watching for... We're more so watching for times. Although, I say that, Fire's at 3 HP now, but getting insanely good patterns. It's really good if they're both right next to each other. You can hit both of them at once. He's low. He should be able to just fireball for a kill here. Like, please? This guy should be almost dead. Yeah.
Damn.
So Fire with the better patterns actually taking a lead out of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's only just got hit for the first time as well, so he has a bit more health to play with on these last bit of cleanup.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Fire got really good patterns at the start of this. A lot of them were slashing next to each other. A good finish from Fire, but Ax still will finish first, about a 5-second lead. Maybe a little bit more even.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's more like 8 or 10.
Yeah, I think you're right. So cool Watcher Knights to see from Ax. Fire didn't play a poor Watcher Knights fight. He got good patterns and didn't make them. Ax got decent patterns. I was more watching Fire's screen if I'm being completely honest. But definitely a very fast fight from Ax2u.
Yeah, according to chat, about 9 seconds.
So the 8 to 10 estimate was right on.
Yeah.
We'll see if chat's right. 1803 timer pause here. Oh, chat was correct. Unfortunate. I wanted to call them out. I can't. So 9-second difference again, that can be changed with, especially with Umu, like a 2-cycle or 3-cycle. Even at this level, Umu 2-cycle is difficult. I would not be surprised to see one or both of these runners miss the 2-cycle here.
Yeah, if Fire gets the 2-cycle and Ax gets the 3, that'll put him right back in front.
Mm-hmm. Another thing to...
Theoretically possible to always 2-cycle if you're a Jelly Whisperer. It's sometimes you can just get fucked by RNG if you can't recognize literally every pattern.
For sure. So a couple things on Fire's side here. Fire is a little more known for his late game, and Ax is a little more known for his early game. Ax definitely having insane early. Pretty. Also, Fire up about 18 Geo. So Ax is up 9 seconds, but Fire is not only not out of it. Okay, well, don't miss that lever, Fire. I'm talking you up right now, but not only not out of it, he still might be, if not favorited, definitely close to 50% here. Like, this race is still extremely close between these two, and Fire has a crazy late game to play off of.
Yeah, this is definitely, you know, sort of the race you hope to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Gonna be
so about
selling...
10 seconds now.
We're going to be selling the Lem here after that. It's going to be Ax needs 32 Geo, if I can do math, and Fire only needs 12. So Ax needs to kill kind of 2 groups of enemies, and Fire only needs to kill 1. So we'll see the time difference come in there. Probably not much more than a second, if that, of a difference between the two of them. Killing enemies doesn't take too long. So,
yeah,
unless you're really behind the Geo.
Yeah, I mean, sort of, this is probably the easiest spot to be slightly down on Geo, just because City, everything gives bulk money.
Mm-hmm.
And dies in one fireball, so you can just clear out a room. Ooh, Axe.
Yeah, it's gonna take a hit there. It's amazing these runners are good enough that you notice even those small mistakes. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. So Axe does need more Geo. Okay, as I say that, he'll find it here. He needs a little more. He's actually in trouble here. He wants 22. He can kill the Crystal guy in Crystal Peaks, but that's a little more time loss for him.
Yeah, he got really unlucky with the guard placement there, just standing on the Geo.
Yep. The look down versus the look up. So a 41 stag and a 34 stag. So Fire making up a couple seconds. Axe's small mistake there and the Geo he needs. We'll be making up a couple more. Well, not a couple more. We'll be making up just a little bit more time when Axe needs to grab Geo later. Axe actually benching before Slight and Fire after too. Just for no reason. It doesn't really matter. You just have to bench at some point here to quit back later.
And benching after is objectively better. Subjectively.
It is objectively, subjectively better. Okay.
Yeah, it's literally figuratively better.
I buy it. Do you bench after or before?
I'm after, and I just
after.
always do it the same, so then it doesn't mess with like golds. Oh, fire.
Yeah, that's a big deal. 3 HP here is not where you want to be. There are like, well, 2 intentional damage tanks and 1 damage tank that you can go for, which is God Pixel, that you generally get hit by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal. What we might see is Axe actually needs to fireball one of these guys for fireball one of them to stay at good HP. Pogax? No Pogax. This is too tight of a race. Yeah, neither of them gonna go for Pogax. So Fire needs to kill this guy because he doesn't have the HP to tank it. Axe actually...
Oh, isn't that the... There you go, kills the Glimback.
I'm so confused. I missed a screen, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you got the Glimback you normally just damage tank through.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah.
I think mine might just be behind you.
Okay. Don't confuse me. Fire really... That's cool. I didn't know you could go left side there. Fire missing the cycle, but he will actually to get a possibility. Axe going right side. So Axe will actually save time, even though he... Fireball needed the help. Fireball? That's not his name. Fireborn needed the help just a little bit more.
Yeah, so still about 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, even that 3 set, like, I think Fire was ahead, or behind, excuse me. Axe was ahead by about 7 seconds. It's now about 10. Like, even these small differences make a difference, especially if we see them both getting either both 2-cycle or both 3-cycling. Umu's going to be a big difference maker in this race, actually.
Oh, double dash.
Did Axe go for double dash?
Yeah, he got it.
Oh, nice. I didn't realize he didn't have the soul to Hamathari Ball. Alright, SpeedGaming doing another little sync here, so we'll see. Axe will pick up Crystal Heart at something in the order of... I don't know what it actually splits, probably about now. So 2249 to 2250. Fire already behind that. It's going to be... This room wasn't too different between the two runners, so it's going to be about a 10-second difference again. And Umu can change all of that.
Yeah, so really not much difference. Like you say, the Umu 3 cycle from one runner would be the entire lead and some.
Mm-hmm. And even Umu extra attacks or short attacks versus long attacks can make a difference. So these runners really care to have full HP, full soul, or as close to that as they can get coming into the fight. So extra attacks and short versus long attacks are just kind of Umu's decision. Umu can do whatever he wants there. Ooh, Axe actually missing the easy acid skip. That's a big deal. That's probably his entire lead, or very close to it, because he only has like a 10-second lead. Okay, it's not his entire lead. I was wrong. like a 34 entrance there. So he lost about 5 seconds, and the 4 not where you
So
want
it's
to be.
about 6 seconds now, which isn't, you know, it really counts at this sort of level.
Yeah. Yeah, especially that acid skip. We were talking in chat earlier about how easy it is, and then Ax misses it. It's not something you really want to miss.
It's just not being in the Discord. He couldn't osmosis just the acid skip skill.
Left side from fire? Left side. So this can be a little bit faster to get down. It is definitely riskier. He did get hit once. But Fire did discover this strat, and he will be doing it. So a little bit of time to save there.
The one
Not really what you want to see for
3
Soul.
seconds, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Soul must just be confident he can get the Dream now.
Yeah, he needs 2 more here. He actually healed one, which I'm really surprised about. He's also in the wrong spot right now. He's supposed to be on the right wall. I don't know if this is his setup or he's just
I
forgetting.
think he's in a different...
Oh, he needs 2 Dream Nails here. I'm surprised he's put himself in this position. He has a lot of confidence getting 2. Needs the first, then dash left and get the second really quick. He does it. Yeah, well done by him. That's not as easy as it looks. Axe with an intentional dunk, I believe. It looks like
missed a nail hit there.
Yeah, Fire missing the 2 cycle. Axe can still get it.
Axe got it.
He got the first, yeah.
Yeah.
So he needs one more Dream Nail here. He needs to get on the right side of the platform. Some pretty cool movement pogoing off the side of Umu there. Fire will intentionally heal because he knows he doesn't need all the soul. Axe doesn't get the Dream Nail. He will not get a 2 cycle, and more importantly, he's 1 HP here. Oh my goodness, Axe. What was that?
No.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, that's it. Probably.
That's huge.
That's massive. Fire, I think, is at a 3 cycle. Is it 3 or 4? Okay, this is a 3 cycle. There's no way he'd have this much damage if he was in a 4 cycle.
Yeah, there we go.
Axe has to be feeling that.
It.
Yeah.
Really, short of a beast and death or something, but even then.
Yeah, I mean, he tried really hard. He knows he's against, and kind of Fire's reputation made him really want to go for that 2 cycle there. He definitely took more damage than he needed to going for it. And that's kind of what happens when you really kind of go all in for a 2 cycle, as you're used to doing in PD attempt. Axe missing this acid skip again. Oh. He's got to be kicking himself here.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's probably really in his head now.
Yeah. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter. As you said, we would need like a Ben or a THK or really messing up QGA from Fire. Something astronomically unlikely from someone as good as Fire. A Beast and Death possible if Fire doesn't know his lead right now. If he doesn't know his lead, I could see him trying to go really fast through and dying. If he does know his lead, there's almost no chance that he gives away this kind of a pace.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Axe obviously was just overwhelmed by the power of Grub-U.
Understandable. It's pretty overwhelming. Yeah, he's only at 2 HP here now. That's so scary. He's gonna heal 1 here to be at 3. But he died at 5 earlier. There are intentional damage. Yeah, Umu really changed. As Amanthony was saying, Umu's kind of a sleeper in terms of a race-ending boss. You can definitely die to Umu when you're trying to do it as fast as these 2 runners are doing it, when you're kind of going... He will heal here.
When you just walk off the platform into the acid.
Yeah, I mean, even if he didn't do that, he had to get through a full cycle. He will go for the damage tank still. Yeah, without getting hit. Well done there. Fire starting QGA. If he gets first try, Axe is in so much trouble. He does get first try QGA. Well done to Fire. I'm surprised Axe didn't get hit on that Crystal Dash. Axe probably showing off the 2 cycle here. This is hard. Okay, he'll get it. So Axe does get a 2 cycle in a second try. He's really wishing it could be first try. They're at about the same time on their 2 timers. Fire halfway through Queen's Garden. Maybe not halfway. Pretty far through Queen's Garden, and Axe is still only coming up to Monomon now. No double-double for Fire, but still a clean arena. Yeah.
And yeah, if he's watching the stream, he's probably pretty happy with that. He's just hoping nothing goes abysmally wrong and he should be fine.
For sure. It's unfortunate. You hate to see it. You know Axe is trying his best for that 2 cycle, and just... If you miss the 2 cycle, a lot of us runners will reset on that. So we're not used to kind of making sure you have enough health for the 3 cycle, you know.
Dealing with the consequences of their
Yeah,
actions.
dealing with the consequences is something we are not accustomed to. Fire, though, in general, very good at races. He has done races in the past where he's actually gotten world record off of the race, which is kind of crazy to think. World record was a lot less optimized at the time, but still.
Yeah, I mean, even getting a 33 in one of the earlier races is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Did Fire get a 33? He might have.
It was Homosity and Fire, I think.
I know Pest did.
Got the... it was Pest and Homosity, maybe.
I mean, Fire might have. I don't know.
I don't know.
Just give him a 33. Just say he did.
Yeah, we'll just say he got the 33. But I mean, even considering, you know, when I joined, January, the 33 was like what basically is a 32 now. It was just, yeah, it's not happening. Then Fire out of nowhere.
Well, I think Hamathri actually... What was that dash, Ax? He dashed the wrong direction there. Oh, he knows he's lost. Ax is sad. Ax is sad.
I hate to see it.
Dude, just make QGA, please. Come on, Ax. I feel bad, man. Alright, there we go. He does have to be lower on that platform. The reason he was resetting all this... If you're that high, start your Crystal Dash, for whatever reason. Fire with 1 lower soul than he'd like to have. He makes up for it really well by getting an extra hit on that Devout, though. That was cool. Or I guess it wasn't an extra hit. It was the same amount of hits, he just does the Fireball later. Fire definitely still could get a 33 here. It would be difficult. Probably not likely, I'd say, but certainly possible.
Yeah, I think especially if he knows his lead, he'll probably just play this pretty safe. Relatively speaking.
True, yeah. Pretty safe for Fire is...
Not saving the grub.
Yeah, Fire known to hate grubs, but like grub you for some reason. Also, at some point, we did get the timer fixed. I didn't even realize.
Oh, yeah. Just too focused.
Too focused, man. So yeah, this last split on average takes something in the order of 3.5 minutes, maybe a little less if they're really fast. Ax actually has the record here with like a 3 minute and 1 something seconds. 3-1x, I should say. It's hard to say 1 something. You can say 20 something or 30 something, not 1 something.
Something teen.
Something teen. I like it. So the 30-32 actually is a big maybe for if he gets the 33. It's definitely possible, and for someone like Fire, maybe even likely. It's going to be tight. It's either a high 33 or a... Ax, meanwhile, I don't know exactly what pace he's on. Again, the Death to Umu loses something in the order of 2+ minutes. Definitely going to lose the race here, but good on him for finishing it out. And this is a winner's semifinal, so he will still go down. Neither of these runners are out. fireb0rn will just... Again, I'm talking a little preemptively here. Assuming we don't die to THK, fireb0rn will go to winner's final, and Ax will play someone. And I should check who that someone is. It'll be... Oh, it's going to be Ax versus the winner of... Okay, we actually have a little bit to go in the loser's bracket. We have Scurry versus Acrid.
Scurry. No.
No, it's Scurry versus Acrid. The winner of that plays Pest. The winner of that plays Ax. So we have a little bit of catch up to do here in the tournament. But with either a Pest or a Scurry, that would be really cool to see versus Ax. What would be even cooler is if Acrid beat Scurry and then Pest right after, and then played out. I want to see that, dude. I want to see Acrid make...
Yeah, that's the dream.
That's the dream, man. Ax also of note, we should probably change the sound to Fire for the last THK fight, but Ax of note here, we will see all of Beast done with this little goofy bench music, which is always something fun to point out because it's completely useless.
What do you mean it's optimal?
It's optimal?
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Got some questions.
Well, it's not optimal.
It's gonna be... Dude, the 33 is going to be so close. He needs like a 3 or a 129 fight, which is definitely something he kind of expects from himself, but 2 counters does not help.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's sort of fast enough that you really do need good RNG and good execution.
Yeah, I mean, he's hit everything he can. He's hit both doubles here. He's gotten the 2 counters at the start, actually cancels that, which is... Yeah, his play's been really good, just the 2 counters. That's all that's gone bad so far.
Yeah, you can definitely trust him to get the execution, so short of him just spamming counter.
Oh, he gets the double. He gets the double and the jump back. Dude, this is a sick fight. He'll heal? Oh, come on, Fire, dude. He doesn't even want the 33. He just wants to beat Ax. I can't believe he healed. I'm upset. Watch him not go for Scream Skip either. This is on the order of not saving the grub. So Ax looking to finish with probably like a 36XX. Oh, he gets Scream Skip. Dude, Fire can get this. He should get this at this point. Oh, come on. He needs like one more. He got it. Okay, he had a sick THK fight. He had like a... Yeah. 118, 119. It started with 2 counters, which was bad, but everything else went well. This might be a tournament record. I think it's the fastest time of the tournament. It's going to be like a 33:51. I'm not sure what the other 33s were. I know Pests was in the order of like 33:59 something.
Yeah, his was 33:59, and yeah, I've got no clue what the other one was. I wasn't watching.
Yeah. That would be Hamathity with the other 33. I'm pretty sure.
33:52 flat.
Yeah, exactly. So GG to Fire. Unfortunate that we saw Ax die to Umu. If he didn't die to Umu, this would have been an Ax. But that's kind of what happens when you go for these really top times, when you go for 2 cycles. It's rough, man. It's not easy.
Yeah, Hamathity was a 33:57.
Okay, so this is the fastest time we've seen in the tournament. Oh, someone sent the link. Hey, Fire.
Howdy.
You got the fastest time so far in the tournament.
Oh, nice. I felt like it was solid, except Watcher Knights and Umu.
Yeah, you did
with it.
Right, yeah, you didn't get a 2 cycle. The Watcher Knights weren't bad, right? I thought the Watcher Knights were fine. I guess for you that's a different measure.
It was like the actual time I got wasn't that bad, but I had like insane patterns that I should have had sub 60 easy.
Yeah, that's right. You had them slashing next to each other like basically the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just on the left side.
Yep. I was like super scared for some reason, but the pattern was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, understandable then. Yeah, Ax, I don't know if you know, Ax actually died to Umu, so...
Yeah.
Since Umu, you kind of had the race. I see the grub is back.
Who was in the lead before that?
Ax was about 7 or 5 seconds ahead entering Umu.
Okay. Dang. That would have been close.
It would have been super tight.
I had a pretty good Hera, so...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Ax... Yeah. Ax had some problems with Queen's Garden for sure, but you also think because he's kind of out of the race, he's probably not playing it as well as he would be otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe you went for the, You had 4 health when THK did the scream and you healed the 5.
Yeah, sometimes I do that. Because I have choked THK even with 4 health.
Oh. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Cool to see the 33 though. Other than the first 2 parries, the THK fight was super clean. Those first 2 parries were a bad sign, but it worked out.
Yeah, I was a bit scared after the parries, but then I got a lot of dashes and stuff, so it was nice.
Mm-hmm. Ax finishing here. He will get a 36. We'll go a 30. Definitely second to Fire's 33-50. Death to Umu kind of sealed the deal. Unfortunate for Ax. A really close race up until then, though. It was super fun to commentate up until that Umu death. Both runners trying desperately for the 2 cycle there. Again, not an easy trick at all. So we'll see if Ax wants to join.
I'm glad it was close up to that point, at least.
Oh, it was super close. I don't think there was ever more than like a 10-second.
Yeah, I think
nice.
it got to 9 seconds just after watches, but you'd brought it back to 5 going into Umu.
Okay.
And there was less than a second, like you were within 0.2 seconds going up to watches, so it was super close.
Hello,
Especially
guys.
Hey, Ax.
Oh boy. Yeah, I can't say I'm not extremely disappointed in myself.
Sucks, man.
Yeah, the Umu pattern I got was like I got an extra attack on the first phase, then a quick attack spawning on top of me, and then another extra attack on the second phase.
Yeah.
And then I just like slipped my finger and fall into the acid. So.
Yeah, the last hit was the worst. You were just standing on the lower platform and you're like, I'll just walk.
Yeah. That was just, yeah, I don't know what that was. Just bad.
You did show off the 2-cycle on the return.
Yeah, you always get a 2-cycle if you do it second time. Like, that's the rule of Hollow Knights.
Yeah, if there's no pressure, it's just free.
Yeah, pretty much.
You scared me with you had like 198 Geo out of Horn. If that.
Yeah, well, I could have gotten the Aspid and the Jennifer on Grismodus, but if I missed all the Mantis Geo, so I wasn't too worried. That only loses like 2 or 3 seconds.
Well, it looked like you got 6 Geo from the Mantis in your first like dash through. And then it looked like you went back.
I missed the lever. I missed the lever hit. On the
Oh,
Mantis,
really?
So,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was surprised that you went back for that amount. But that worked.
Yeah, it wasn't for the Geo, no.
Well, GG 2 Fire 3352 is an insane time for a race.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thanks, guys.
Can't be mad about listening to that, even with how I played.
Yeah, it's gonna be Fire's gonna be in the winners final against the winner of Trinomi. Fire versus Trinomi would be a nice blast of the past.
That'd be
And
sick.
then, yeah, and then Ax is obviously going down to losers bracket. He's going to be playing either Scurry, Accurate, or Pest. It's going to be Scurry versus Accurate. The winner of that will play Pest, and the winner of that will be playing Ax.
Oh, I hope it's accurate.
Dude, I hope it's Accurate. That would be so sick, dude. I want to see Accurate make a sick run.
He's gonna knock you out, Ax. That's what he says.
Yeah.
After he knocks out Scurry.
And Pest.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, thanks for joining comms, guys. Good race to you too. Super tight up to Umu, but it was fun to commentate. Insane time from Fire at the end too.
Thanks for
great
commentary,
record,
guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Our next race will be tomorrow, Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern. After that, we'll have Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern. Tomorrow will be the aforementioned Scurry vs. Accurate match, and then the other winner semi-final match is on Saturday, which is Trinomi vs. Visuals. Cool. That's all from me, unless you guys got something to say.
Yep. GG's. See you guys.
GG's.